compatibility is crucial for a healthy, lasting marriage. Listen, here's all you hear out there when it comes to worldly advice on marriage. Okay, you just find the right person, make sure you're physically attracted to them, and then what? Okay, but you also need to be compatible, right? I mean, being compatible, I mean, come on. That's got to be right. I mean, all of the dating websites and the matchmaker.com, I mean, what is the very first thing that you do? You go on there and you fill out your compatibility profile, right? Take your compatibility test. And then there's all those dating shows and matchmaking shows and all the television shows. And what is it? It's a guy, and they bring a bunch of girls in the room, you know, and he kind of talks to a few of them, and then, you know, he kind of picks a couple from that bunch, you know, and they'll interview him, and they'll be like, hey, why'd you pick that girl? And the guy'd be like, I don't know, man, just kind of like her. But you really hear it from the girl. Whenever a girl is picking from a bunch of guys, she finally picks the guy, and they say, okay, why did you pick him? And then she goes, oh, I just feel like we're just so compatible. I mean, you know, he's cute, and he's an Aries, and I'm a Pisces, and I was looking at my horoscope, and my horoscope says Aries and Pisces, it's like a match made in heaven. And we both like the outdoors, and we both like to exercise. And then the final thing is when he told me his favorite color was blue. That's my favorite color. And he told me he likes Beyonce, and I know our favorite song is going to be Halo. I can see your halo. You're my angel. You're my soulmate. Do you really think that a song by Beyonce and the color blue is going to keep you together through the hardships of life? Do you really think because you both like to exercise? I was watching this one show, Carrie and I were watching this dating show. I mean, we could not believe it. So this guy, sure enough, he picks this girl, and was all about the compatibility, and the matchmaker was putting their compatibility profiles together, and they're like, oh yeah, this girl, this is the one for him. This is going to be great. And both of them had been married before, and he really wanted to find a wife. But on the compatibility profile, one of the things that he really liked to do was snow ski. And he put down there that he was, you know, he was a snow skier, like an intermediate snow skier. And the girl put down on her compatibility that she liked to snow ski too, and she was an intermediate snow skier as far as skill level. So guess what he does for their first date? They go snow skiing. And they're going snow skiing, but this girl wasn't totally truthful on her compatibility profile. And yes, she could snow ski, but she was not an intermediate. She was a beginner. And so they start snow skiing, and they're filming this and everything. And she starts falling behind, you know, lagging behind the guy. He starts getting frustrated, and she keeps, you know, getting further back. Finally, she falls. The guy leaves her. Comes down. He's talking to the camera guy. This is on the show. And he's like, man, I can't believe that she put down she was an intermediate skier on her compatibility profile. There is no way at this stage in my life I'm going to teach somebody to ski again. This relationship is over. Really? To you, an intermediate snow skiing skill is a make or break deal in marriage? Is that how you honor marriage? Is that what you think marriage is about? Come on, man. Listen, if all this compatibility stuff works, why is it now when we've got all the websites and all the compatibility tests and all the bachelors and all the bachelorettes and all the love stuff and all the romance movies and all the, speed dating. That's another one. This is all I want to say about speed dating. That had to be invented by a guy, don't you think? Can't you, all right, okay, what you got? Okay, you're too complicated. Okay, what about you? No, I don't, your toes are weird. Okay, what about you? No. You talk too much. Okay, bring me in that. No, you don't talk enough. Well, what about you? What, you're eating your peas with a fork. That's weird. Give me. Only a man could come up with something as stupid as that. Let me ask you this. If all this compatibility stuff is supposed to be working, then why is the divorce rate in our culture at an all-time high? It's at an all-time high and increasing. Over 50% now, divorce rate. Are you ready for this? Cultures where there's prearranged marriages. In other words, just like you see in a lot of, you read about this in the Bible, there's cultures still out there. They do prearranged marriages. You don't know what the person looks like. You don't know how compatible they are or anything like that. You know what the divorce rate is? 4%. Now, in some of those cultures, there's abuse and stuff like that, but in a lot of them, there's not. 4%. Why? They have a different value and understanding of what marriage is. And I'll tell you the other thing. Let me tell you how I've just personally know that all this compatibility stuff doesn't work is because Carrie and I, we had no compatibility. I'm talking none. We would have failed. We would have been total opposites on any compatibility profile. The only thing we're compatible in is this. We both like football, and that is only because it has taken me 17 years of coercion and manipulation to finally get her to like football. And guys, I'm just going to help you out. Listen, if your girlfriend, if your wife doesn't like football, here's what you do. The first step is get her to see the movie Rudy. You know Rudy? Story, the underdog, he finally gets in there, okay? Rudy, right after that, get her in front of the TV with a football game and tell her about the player who's like Rudy, who's overcome all kind of odds and hardship and is living his dream playing football. Get her emotionally involved in his story. And then you can say, look, honey, he's right there. Look, he's playing cornerback. Let's see how he covers this pass. And maybe something happens, he doesn't cover too well, and you're like, man, you know, he didn't cover well, but that, you know, they were in a man-to-man. If they were in a zone or a cover two, I think he would have done better. And then she'll say something like, well, what's the difference between a man-to-man and a zone? I'm so glad that you asked. Let's now spend quality time together. Carrie and I, seriously, we had no compatibility. That's why it's, in a lot of ways, that's a positive. You know why? Because if I just want to know what Carrie is doing, all I have to do is stop and figure out what I'm doing, and she's doing the opposite. That's all I have to do. No, when we met, there was no compatibility. Listen, I love to fish. It was my favorite thing to fish. Carrie gets seasick if there's like a ripple. I took her out one time. I said, no, I took her on a lake. I said, baby, there's no waves on a lake. This is a lake. She was laying in the boat like, My favorite hobby. She can't even go on a boat. I love the outdoors. Carrie hates the outdoors. I like being outside. She loves being inside. I'll never forget when we were first married, it was a beautiful day. I was like, come on, let's go outside. You know what? This is her comment. Oh no, today's a great day. I'm ready to read. Read? It's like Saturday. It's a beautiful day. Let's go out. She's like, oh no, I just got this history book on 17th century Celtic poetry. You know, it's only about 300 pages. I'm just going to settle right down and read it this afternoon. All right? Good luck with that.